What's up, guys? Here, welcome back to my podcast video again. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I'm doing great as well. Like these days, I'm working really hard as a class president. I'm also helping my Filipino friend a lot because I want him to get used to at our school as fast as he can. So, well, yeah, that's why I'm helping him, and so far I'm doing really great. So, well, anyway, today I'm going to talk about my toe surgery, my experience about toe surgery. Well, if you guys didn't know, I had a toe surgery like 2 days ago. It was really terrible. Well, I'm going to talk about that. So yeah, let's talk about it. So yeah, before I talk about ingrown toenail, I'm going to show you guys some ingrown toenails quickly. Uh, Let me try to share my screen. One moment. So yeah, looks like the screen is sharing. Let me type ingrown toenail. So yeah, let me try. Yeah, these are all the ingrown toenails. It doesn't it look so painful like this one? Oh my God, this one looks so terrible. I mean, it looks really painful, but I guess it's too much. Mine was not like that. And oh yeah, I guess, yeah, like this one. Yeah, it's pretty similar from mine. Like mine was a little bit of red around the ingrown toenail part, and also there was some blood. Yeah, so this ingrown toenail, which is really terrible. It doesn't look terrible, right? If you also have your own ingrown toenail, you understand what I'm saying. Like so painful. So anyway, because of that, also by the way, it's really uncomfortable, right? Like so, let's say, like for example, like in school at lunchtime, we go to cafeteria to eat lunch, right? And one day I was going to cafeteria to eat lunch. And by the way, when we go there with a line, right? So and I was in the middle of the line. And so yeah, we were going to the cafeteria, and actually, you know what? One of my friends accidentally touched my ingrown toenail. And he didn't step on the ingrown toenail. He didn't touch it really hard. He didn't touch forcefully. Uh, he just touched it really gently by a mistake. But what happens, like, as soon as he touched my ingrown toenail, I was I was growing like, and I grabbed my toenail because it was so painful. And actually, I couldn't stand up for like 10 seconds. So yeah, and that's not all. So it's really uncomfortable when it comes to like playing soccer. So I guess yeah, this happened when I was playing when our class was playing soccer against class 4. So at that time, yeah, during the soccer game, I catch the ball while during the game. And because yeah, if you guys know, I'm a goalkeeper, so yeah, I can catch the ball. And now the ball is in my hand, so I need to kick the ball, right? Uh, but but you guys know that I have an ingrown toenail, so I can kick really far away. So at that time I was gonna pass it to my teammate who was close from me. So yeah, I was looking around, but actually, unfortunately, everyone was far away from me, and you know I was, how do I say, buffering, like I was confusing, like, oh, like what should I do, right? And I was like, I don't know, I'm just gonna kick the ball. So yeah, I try. Oh yeah, I'll do my best to kick the ball, to my teammate. So yeah, I kick the ball, and you guys know what happens, right? Since I have an ingrown toenail, I can send the ball far away. So the ball actually landed in front of our opponent. So yeah, they get the chance to score. Well, anyway, but they didn't score. Well, actually, our team defended really well. So yeah, they didn't score, but anyway, and like in soccer, there's a break time, right? So like in break time, my teammates were asking me like, "Hey David, like why did you send the ball to our opponent? Are you a spy or something? You know what I'm saying, right?" And yeah, and like trying to I was trying to explain them that I have an ingrown toenail. So now they know that I have an ingrown toenail. So at the second half, some players were around me, and when I catch the ball, they kick the ball instead of me. So yeah, and also yeah, I mean that's why yeah, it is really uncomfortable. And also like ingrown toenails is really bad against like running. Like also yeah, when you if you have ingrown toenail, it's really hard to run. So it is so uncomfortable. It is really bad to have an ingrown toenail. So I went to see a doctor with my mom. And I showed him my ingrown toenail, and doctor was like, yeah, doctor was looking at my ingrown toenail, and he said, we need to have the surgery. And I was like, I was not very happy about it because, well, actually, you know what? It was not my first time. Like, I already had an ingrown toenail surgery like few months ago, so I know how painful it is. So I was like, oh, hey, doctor, is there any other way? Like, is there any other way besides, cutting the ingrown toenail? But he said, unfortunately, your toenail looked really serious, so I guess there's no other choice here. We need to have the surgery. And I was like, okay, fine, right? So anyway, so I was laying down on the bed at the hospital, and the doctor came to me, and he picked up the how does it go shot? Wait a minute, let me find a word quickly. Uh, okay, so it says one moment. And well, like why I couldn't hear? Oh yeah, it says an anesthetic injection. So yeah, when doctor picked up an anesthetic injection, I was so nervous because I was so nervous. I was sweating, and I mean the anesthetic shot is really painful as well. Like so for example, like we get shot when we got cold, right? And we also got corona vaccine, right? And actually, those kind of shots are not very, I mean, they are okay. In fact, they are nothing compared to the anesthetic shot. Like, to be honest, they're nothing. So anyway, I mean, I was so nervous, and when what is it called? When anesthetic shot penetrate my skin, I felt like I felt like my toe was burning. Yeah, it was so painful. I was like, yes, you know, so so terrible. And and after that, while after that during the surgery, it was fine. Actually, I didn't feel anything because of the anesthetic shot. So and after like few minutes, doctor said it's done, and I was like, "Whoa, already? That was quite fast." I mean, I didn't feel anything. Well, actually, to be honest, it was pretty interesting because, I mean, they're cutting my toenail, and also I'm bleeding a lot, but yeah, I didn't feel anything, so it was really cool. So yeah, now I get the medicine from the hospital, and I go to home, and after like 10 to 15 minutes, you start to feel a little bit of pain because the power of anesthetic shot is getting weaker, right? As time goes by, it is getting weaker and weaker. And after like 25, 30 minutes, you you can stand, like you can walk away, like you can walk around. So so painful. Like I guess at that time, like when the anesthetic shot, then the power of anesthetic shot gets completely weak. I was I couldn't move. Like, all I can do is just sit on the floor, grabbing my toenail and just groaning like like I guess at that time I couldn't move for like an hour. Like I guess yeah, I couldn't move for like 50 minutes. Yeah, that's a long time, right? If you can believe that. So, well, anyway, thanks to the ingrown toenail, I'm not able to play any sports from now on, for a while. Like, and as you guys know, I'm a very active person, so it's hard for it's hard for me to play. I mean, it's really hard to play. It's really hard to not play any sports, especially for someone like me. So yeah, I guess it is going to be really hard. I hope I recover soon and play the sports that I want. Well, anyway, by the way, I'm not going to play soccer anymore because I'm pretty sure the effect of soccer was big. I guess. Yeah, I mean, I used to have ingrown toenail and it was okay. Like I had no problem, walking. I had no problem living, but but it gets terrible. It gets bad as I play soccer. It's getting bad whenever I play soccer. And yeah, and I had the surgery. And I guess the soccer affect a lot. So and also it's not just about ingrown toenail. Also soccer. I guess as you guys know, soccer is a violent sport. Like they try to push each other. They tackle. So it is dangerous. I mean, I was actually injured a lot. Like a few years ago, I sprained my ankle several times. I also broke my ankle one time. I also bruised a lot. So I think yeah, soccer is a fun sport, but it is also very dangerous. So I don't think I'm gonna play any soccer, like, after the recovery. Like instead of playing soccer, I'm gonna play like badminton, dodgeball, sprint, racing, yeah, etc. Yeah, I'm gonna play those kind of sports. I guess they're not violent as soccer. So yeah, I hope I get better soon because I really want to play a lot of sports. Yeah, well, anyway. So I guess I'm going to end our video and our podcast here because I guess we've been talking for quite a long time. So I guess it's time for me to go. Yeah, well, if you guys enjoyed, don't forget to like and subscribe. And until then, I'll see you guys next week. Bye for now.